We are about to add something to our off-grid property that is a complete and total game changer.
I can tell he's a little bit discouraged right now, but you would never really know it unless you know him.
Oh, I don't even want to say it out loud. We're probably looking at 800 or 1,000 bucks.
This is one of the most pivotal things that we could add to the mix for what we're doing here in terms of trying to live off-grid. We're gonna meet somebody that's making a delivery here on the side of the road in the middle of nowhere, and then we're gonna show you up what this incredible off-grid addition is gonna be. But while we wait, what do you think, babe?
So, question, since we are officially on a debate as to what the most exciting thing is that you could add to your off-grid property, what would be the most exciting thing that you could add to your either current property or an off-grid property that you have? So would it be a building? Would it be an animal? Would it be a piece of equipment? So drop in the comments, what is the most exciting thing that you could add? Because we want to know, because maybe it's the same thing as that. Maybe it's something that I think is exciting, and maybe something is completely different. So we would like to hear.
Here it comes. This big yellow beast is going to be the thing that is going to save us thousands in rental fees out here in rural Arizona. And seeing the truck finally turn into the property, my adrenaline was pumping right up until it wasn't. That wet stuff on here from the machine leaking somewhere, or was that something else?
The machine.
So this one?
That's why people drive by me, which the wipers on.
But then you see it, fluid everywhere, down the side of the tractor, all over the trailer deck. And as the driver fires up the machine to start unloading it from the trailer, the excitement is draining out of my chest with every drop leaking from that hose. There's a pit in my stomach about right now saying, "You messed up, buddy." My wife, well, she doesn't have to say a word. I know she's questioning every dollar of this investment, but it's here now. There's no turning back. It's time to wipe off the oil, put on a brave face, and figure out how to fix our newest and most expensive problem, Leaky Lou.
Dad's getting his first ever lesson. The guy was like, "Do you know how to start it, right?" Dad's like, "Oh yeah." And then he's like, "You do this, you do that, and you do this." And I was like, maybe you should go start it with him. That might be a good idea. And it was a good idea, because even with the two of them, there was a bit of a learning curve. And I feel like there's a lot of learning curves to come, because I don't think he's really ever used one of these before, or very much. So if you have any pro backhoe driving, digging tips, I think we need to know them.
Well, there you have it. Unloaded. The driver is getting turned around and ready to head out of here. And it's that moment where everything kind of settles in as the noise fades and the dust settles, and you realize you're left holding the bag. Or in this case, a 15,000-pound problem with a serious hydraulic leak. There's a new kind of quiet on the property about right now. Didn't take long and I decided to call him Leaky Lou. But Kayla quickly vetoed the leaky part. She said, "We can't let him think that he has to live up to his name." And it's funny how quickly you start to think of a machine like this as a member of the crew. watching him slowly work his way up our long, rough road and then climb through the hills. It's a powerful visual. This backhoe, our backhoe, it's the key to unlocking so much of the potential on this property. Now, deep down, I'm still praying this is just a couple of cheap hoses, a day of wrenching, a few bucks, and then we're going to be installing culverts and cutting swales and getting the pad ready for our full-time home to make it all the way up to the property. We've been here for almost 2 weeks now, and I still haven't spent a single night here at the property. It feels like we're always one big project away from settling in. But that day, it's coming, and it's not too far away. But for right now, we're going to put Lou to bed, knowing that tomorrow is going to bring us a fresh start. Because as worried as I am about what I might see when I dig into this little yellow machine, there's something brewing on the horizon. One of those amazing Arizona sunsets that is coming in hot, just sort of hits you in the chest, wipes the slate clean, and reminds your soul exactly why you started this crazy off-grid dreamer's life.
Pretty exciting to walk around the property and just start daydreaming about where we're going to put in spots for our friends to come visit. And as we look around, we've got these kind of valleys and ridges, and obviously the water's going to run down the valleys, the kind of the little wash. So the tops of those ridges make ideal spots to put in some extra driving sections, some parking sections. Can just kind of imagine there's going to be a day not too far off.
We'll see about that.
There's gonna be a day.
There will be a day.
Not too far off.
We just don't know when. We thought it was sooner.
I'm willpowering it to not too far away.
Okay.
And there's gonna be friends parked on a level spot that they can get a camper or tent or something to come in and visit. And
enjoy the peace and quiet, the views, the birds.
Put them to work.
Or just enjoy the peace and quiet and have a cool place to come land.
It's gonna be.
They can work
awesome.
if they want.
Right, of course. I'm just teasing, but it'll be really fun to see the fruit of our labor starting to pay off and see other people starting to get to enjoy it, which is one of the things that motivates me big time.
That's what I am most excited about.
Yeah, is be able to bless other people.
Yeah.
It's awesome to enjoy it ourselves. Don't get us wrong, we love it, but to be able to offer that joy and those sunsets to somebody else, that is that's worth the work.
Motivating, exciting.
Yeah. I think we kind of maybe scouted out a new driveway. We need a better access to get up off of the main road into our property, and just walking down this, now that we've got some equipment, I think we may have the rough draft of what would be potentially a future better driveway. Might be less work and straighter and easier.
So we have a bit of work to do before that piece of equipment even starts to do what it was supposed to do and what we bought it for, which is a little bit of a problem because we don't know how long that's going to take, how much money that's going to take.
All right, so we're on our way back up to get started on the project, and I'm getting sidetracked doing a little shopping, property shopping. I'm noticing building materials laying around, and barrels and metal roofing and a door and a plastic tub. Kayla found a, what do you call those things? Like a coffee table?
Yeah, like a folding type.
I think there's, what are those things called? Side tables? What's
like a TV tray, but not
TV
a TV
tray. That's the word I was looking for.
But it's a little bit more sophisticated than that. It needs some TLC.
It's sophisticated.
It is.
Found it on the ground in the desert. Sophisticated. Only the finest for the off-grid dreamers. We find our furniture on the desert floor.
It could be a very nice piece of furniture.
It could be.
Needs a little TLC. I think we're procrastinating. We have a big, dirty, very dirty, stinky, very, did I mention very, very, very dirty and very hard, and we don't know how long, but I'm anticipating it's going to be a very long job ahead, and it feels like we are highly procrastinating. So we're going to turn this off and we're going to beeline it back up and get to work. We've pulled off 4 hoses so far. We probably have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 6 more to go. Drained all the hydraulic fluid, pulled out the hydraulic pump, greased some ball joint PTO shaft thing, and like I said, now we have about 6 more hoses to pull. So it's also this time that Thad's gonna take a little decompressed breather. As you can only imagine, I'm sure you've come across this at some point in your life where you've been really, really excited about something, excited about a project, excited about something you purchased, and it didn't go the way you thought it would. Either the project didn't go the way you thought it would, or the purchase was an epic fail. We're not saying that this is a complete epic fail at the moment, but right now, at this exact time, it definitely is a little deflating. I know he was very, very excited, not even just when it arrived. Months before, he'd been looking at equipment and saving it and making calls, and I know just with great anticipation, thinking about all the things that he was going to be able to do, not just about the equipment, but what the equipment meant. So it just meant that we were going to be able to start kicking off things on this project, really get things going, start fixing the roads so that we can get our RV up here and actually live up here and actually just step out of our RV in the morning and start working instead of having to gather and pack and do all that kind of stuff, which I'm sure if you have an off-grid property yourself or you've ever built on a property, you know what that's like. And we're not the first to do this, but to be traveling up to the place that you're working on day after day. But it was just something that I was looking forward to. And then just all of the other great things that we're going to be able to do when we can get this piece of equipment up and running. So I have to tell you, the one thing I really appreciate my husband, there's a lot of things, but the one thing I really appreciate is that he is pretty level-headed, level emotionally, and there's not a lot that gets him frustrated, upset. I can tell he's a little bit discouraged right now, but you would never really know it unless you know him. And like I said, which is totally understandable. But I know that just with a little break, some food, some liquid in him, get some hydration, that it'll only take a minute and his spirits will be back up. And just the fact that he is so willing to tackle such big projects and dirty projects and things that he's just never done before, and he's just willing to jump in, try them. It's just really that can-do, problem-solve attitude that is what, again, that I appreciate, but it's also really necessary when doing projects like this.
Right, so draining hydraulic fluid with my redneck great value funnel, but I think we got it drained, and then I need to get in here and figure out how to remove the hydraulic pump from the front of a Ford Backhoe, which is probably on the 3rd or 4th page of my resume. No idea what I'm doing. No idea what I'm doing whatsoever. I mean, I'm pretty mechanical. There's bolts, there's parts. What I can tell from wiggling the shaft in front of it is it moves. And from what I know from doing pinion seals in my rear end and U-joints and stuff, they shouldn't move. That is not supposed to do that. That's bad as I thought, the U-joint.
Victory!
Dump this out in the bucket. Turns out there's 13 hoses. 13 hoses, some are long, some are short. By long, I'm in the 4-foot neighborhood. Short's 2 foot. So probably averaging around $75 a hose with the fittings and stuff made up. 13 hoses at $75 a whap is in the $1,000 range. So, maybe they'll give me the bulk discount. I don't know. I'll go in and give them the smolder. Do you think the smolder works for hydraulic companies? Somehow I doubt it. Oh, if you ever want to figure out how to spend some money, talk to me. I'm really good at finding ways for hard-earned cash to find a home that's not your wallet. It's one of my specialties. All right, sunset coming our way. We're gonna kick back, we're gonna relax. I'll let you see it here in a second. Well, we interrupt these exciting backhoe developments to take you off the property and on a road trip for something kind of cool and definitely unrelated, different curveball kind of life thing. One of the things for us as a couple that we really have as just sort of a family value is people are more important than projects. And so we'll say often, you know, people over projects. So although we've got a big project going on back at our off-grid property and we're excited to get the backhoe working and start digging, we met some people that are in a pickle and could really use some help. And interestingly enough, the way we met these people was because of the backhoe. So if you rewind and do a little flashback, here a few weeks ago, I was backhoe shopping, as you all know, and I stumbled across the backhoe that we ended up buying, and it was in a place outside on the outskirts of Las Vegas. We stopped to meet the people selling the backhoe, and of course we were going to learn about a backhoe. But what we ended up doing is meeting people that we had a whole bunch of things in common with, which was one of those weird deals where you're like, wow, the world is really small. So they were telling us that they're about to try and sell their property, sell their home, sell a bunch of their belongings because they're really feeling led to move to North Idaho. I happen to be from Idaho, so that led to a bunch of conversations about Idaho and where you're going to move. They said, we're going to move to this little teeny tiny town. Not very many people have ever heard of it because it's kind of off the beaten path. A little town in North Idaho called Rathdrum, which happens to be the little teeny town off the beaten path where I raised my kids and they went to elementary school, graduated high school, lived there for a long time, have a lot of great friends there. And so we had a really fun aha moment of, wow, what a deal. Like, it feels like we were supposed to meet. So the conversation goes on. We eventually get to looking at the backhoe. I, at this point, for sure, had my rose-colored glasses on because I was pretty keen on the people and thought they were great, and probably went ahead buying a backhoe that if it was a different circumstance, maybe I wouldn't have bought. I don't know. So we're on our way to meet these people because as we had conversations back and forth about the backhoe, we learned that they had gotten a rental place up in North Idaho. Things were working awesome for the plans that they had, but a lot quicker. And so all of a sudden they need to try and move in like a week, which led Kayla to interject herself and an idea into the story.
Yeah, so while we were chatting with the husband, and he was just telling us that he was excited and nervous and a little overwhelmed, I kept kind of getting this nudge of, well, you should offer to help. And then I, of course, in my own head, I'd be like, why on earth would I help them? I'm like, we don't know them. And they've lived in Vegas their whole life. They've got tons of friends. They've got tons of family. They obviously don't need our help. And as he was talking, I kept getting that nudge of, you should offer to help. And I was like, this is ridiculous. And so I kept making up all these excuses. And then by the end of the conversation, I'm like, okay, I think we're supposed to help these people. And so I just had to say, we have a bit of flexibility. I mean, obviously we'd really love to be working on our projects, but it's not like we're 100% tied in and can't like change our schedule around. And so I said, hey, would you want some help? And he's like, oh my gosh, yes, you need to talk to my wife. Here's her number. And so even then I was like, okay, I have her number, but I'm like, I'm sure I'm going to message her and she'll be like, oh, thanks so much. Like, we got it under control. Like, it's all good. Because I mean, who wants their house packed up by a total stranger? Shot her a message and she got back to me instantly and was like, oh my gosh, yes, that would be amazing. These are the days we're packing. Which days can you come? I don't know, but it just got me really excited, got us really excited. We're excited to hang out with them. We're excited to get to know them a little bit better because we did have so many things in common and a really cool connection the day that we met. And also just to be able to, like that said, our value is people over projects. So just be able to put our own stuff aside and help people out when we can.
So the other thing about this whole exchange and change of plans and going to help them that it just really got me thinking and got me stretching in a good way is that I did buy this backhoe from them. I did get it home. It did end up having quite a few more problems than probably were disclosed. And it's not that I didn't go look at it. I did look at the backhoe. I probably didn't spend enough time, so I'll take some responsibility. He was trying to get it sold. I understand all that, but it had a lot of leaks and had quite a few more things that it needed than I was anticipating. And I think a lot of people in that situation would just immediately be angry at the seller and upset that, you know, feeling like the seller was trying to swindle you or treat you badly or pull the wool over on you. And I don't know, I just got a sense that, like, maybe what if we just didn't live that way? You know, what if I gave the guy the benefit of the doubt? What if it's kind of one of those rubber meets the road things where you say you have a value, people over projects, and people matter more than stuff. But here we are with a real life situation where stuff feels really important, kind of feels like, ugh, I bought something with a lot more of a headache than I was hoping for. But the truth is, if I would have hung on to that, and if I would have just made it about the backhoe and about the problems, then I'd lose out on the relationship. And we're an hour away from being invited into somebody's house at a time that they're probably kind of stressed out. They're pretty overwhelmed. They have a lot of work to do. And who knows where the friendship will lead. Maybe it'll go nowhere. We'll just get an opportunity to serve somebody in a time when they need it. Maybe it'll turn into lifelong friends. I don't know. But if I just hung on to being mad about the backhoe and made that a thing, we would never even be experiencing this. We would never even know what's to come. And I think the value of helping somebody and gaining potentially some amazing friends is way more important than busted hoses on a backhoe. So we're gonna go see what the day has in store, and we may or may not film. I don't know. Like, some people might feel super weird about bringing a camera to their house to pack up. So there's a good chance none of it will get recorded. Maybe we'll film a few clips. Maybe we'll introduce them to you. We'll find out when we get there. Most importantly, we kind of have a fun day ahead of us. I'm pretty excited. I don't have to work on a backhoe, so there's that. Woohoo! We made it home.
We did.
As you can tell, outside it's dark. It's 8:39. Oh, 8:40. Just turned 8:40 p.m. and we made it back to the RV. Long day, serving, helping,
such a good
packing,
day, though.
Building. I thought I was going to trade in projects for people, and I ended up doing projects to help them with some stuff. How was your day?
It was so good. It was really fun. It was just really good to just jump in and get lots of stuff done and bless some people, meet some really awesome people, build relationships, get to know some really great memories with their kids. And some funny ones too. I remember somebody was coming in, a family member, and they're like, so how do you two know each other? We both looked at each other like, we don't. It was great. But then we just got to tell the story, but yeah, lots of laughs, lots of good just chat during the day, and we got lots of work done, and they were just really happy that they were so far ahead of where they thought they would be, and actually have some time to unwind and visit and say goodbye to people and just relax a little bit, and maybe even not take as quick of a drive up to where they're going. So
Yeah.
stretch it out for a couple days instead of trying to cram it all into a couple. So
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice. They were definitely feeling blessed and feeling very loved and cared about, and it was a good day.
Yeah.
It was about an hour and a half drive up, and then working all day, and about an hour and a half drive home, and we're ready for bed. So we're gonna clean up, hit the hay, and tomorrow's a new day. We got one more repair on the backhoe. I thought I was done. I kind of prematurely celebrated. And I got one more leak to fix. I think I have the right part to fix it. Tomorrow we're going to see the Battle of the Backhoe. Hopefully it's the Battle of the Backhoe, the final chapter.
Hopefully it ends tomorrow.
And hopefully the battle ends tomorrow and the work begins. So for now,
That'll be good.
we're going to bed.
Night.
Guys ready to get out? Tucker, you want some help? Oh, all on your own. All right, another day back up at the property, and
It is gorgeous.
it is really pretty. And there's something, it sounds kind of silly, but it always feels good to pull back up here and see everything right where you left it. Just not that the backhoe is really going anywhere while we were gone, but I don't know, there's something comforting about knowing everything is just how you left it. And it feels good to be back after it feels like we've been gone a while, even though it was only a day.
Mm-hmm.
A day in the city is like a month of, I don't know, too many cars, too many people.
Well, we've just done a lot since we've been here last.
So we are hoping that the magic O-ring is the ticket. And so we're going to dive right in. We're going to drain the hydraulic fluid again, because the only thing better than draining hydraulic fluid once is
Twice.
doing it twice. So we're going to do it
And
again.
we just pray that it's not a third time.
Is it working? Does it leak? Does it not leak?
Look at that cool bird up there. That really big one.
You mean the plane?
No.
I
right
see a,
there. No,
I
the
see an
big
airplane.
bird beside the plane.
I do see a big bird beside the plane.
It's almost as big as a plane.
Ringy dingy dingy. My phone is ringing. It's my mom.
We better answer that.
Hi, Mom.
Hey, I got a something for you to do for me.
Uh-oh. What's that?
No, it's not. It's not hard.
Okay.
You're the perfect. I can't talk. I'm canceling my Vibe internet.
Okay.
It's your name on the account.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, so you have to call them and cancel it for me.
And then
All right.
I'm just getting ready to pull apart a hydraulic pump and be covered in hydraulic oil, so I probably won't do it until later today or maybe in the morning. Is that okay?
Okay.
But send
Whatever.
me the number as soon as I get done and I'm not greasy. I'll call them.
Okay.
All right.
I will try to get that number to you.
Okay. Love you.
Okay.
Love you.
I love you too. Bye.
Bye. Does your mom still call you asking for favors and help and can't figure out how to send a text message? Mine does. All right, let's get messy. Well, it turns out the O-ring was fine, but it was another hose tucked a little bit deeper back under the front of the engine that was actually the real culprit. This machine certainly has taught us a lesson in patience and persistence, but for now, the leak is located, it's isolated, and it's safe enough to start putting good old Lou to work. And man, does it feel good to finally be moving dirt. Like Kayla mentioned earlier, I'm far from a pro on a backhoe. I've run skid steers and excavators, but this is my first time in a backhoe. I might be a little rough around the edges, but after the heartache, the 13 new hydraulic hoses, and over $1,200 in parts, and the fear that this thing might just be a piece of junk, well, about right now, every bucketful is a small victory. And this isn't just practice, though.
we're actually going to start carving out a new section here behind the shed. And eventually this spot is going to be leveled out and moved a solid 25 feet back into the hillside, making room for a parking area and, most importantly, space for our 46-foot toy hauler and our full-time home that we've been living in for the last 3.5 years. We're getting closer and closer to getting everything set up so that we can have our whole life up here off-grid in the same spot. And in a scene that never really seems to get old, we finished the day digging right up to the setting sun. It caps off a wonderful week of excitement, trials, hard work, and good company. It's got us heading home dirty, tired, and absolutely blessed. If you missed the beginning of our journey, how we found this place and the chaos of those first few days, be sure to stick around and hit that play button on the next video that's going to pop up right here. We're really fired up to see you all again next week with more from the Off-Grid Dreamers.